The House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the state of Nigerian refineries ahead of their planned sale. Its Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream also dismissed petitions calling for the suspension of the boards of industry regulators, NMDPRA and the NUPRC. Jokia Adisa has more.
A number of issues are before the Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream, which it sets out to address. It has now set up some technical subcommittees to investigate some of these issues. They include allegation of Dangote Refinery's planned takeover of petroleum products transportation and retailing. It also has petitions calling for the sack of the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The decision to set up the subcommittees was taken at the end of an extensive meeting of the committee. The committee says it will investigate the state of Nigerian refineries, especially in the light of plans to sell them off after huge investments in their turnaround maintenance.
The committee resolved to look into the state of the refineries and find out what happened before we even talk about selling it, because we must find out what happened, because all of us celebrated when it started work, and there are people who were responsible for oversighting it from the company as at that moment, and they assured us that everything was going on very well. So we need to know what happened and why is it not running.
The committee further dismissed a series of petitions bordering on the suspension of the boards of industry regulators.
The committee also decided to dismiss the petition calling for dissolution of the NMDPRA and the regulatory body. And this is born out of the fact that we are framers of the PIA. We made those provisions. We created Section 14 sub C that talks about tenure of job.
A technical committee is also to look into areas of possible amendments to the Petroleum Industry Act to strengthen NMDPRA and the downstream sector.
There must be a win-win, but the greatest win will be national interest. How do we ensure energy stability? How do we ensure attraction of foreign investment? Because you cannot be looking for investors, which is increasing today in downstream. Multiple investment is coming both in gas infrastructure, both in petroleum refinery, both in petrochemical plants.
Other issues before the lawmakers are allegations and counter-allegations over the continued importation of fuel and protection of local refiners. Others include complaints by relevant unions over fear of monopoly, OVH acquisition, and complaints from NNPC retail outlets. Jokia Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.